Hello, hello.
I'm smart, but I'm stupid. I'm
I'm
gay, but I'm straight. I crop
crop
dust
dust
at
in
Whole Foods, baby.
baby. When it all comes down to.
Oh,
It'll be fine, fine, fine.
it like itches a scratch in
If
my
you know,
brain.
you know. TikTok audio. If you know, you know.
Oh God.
What was
Oh,
that?
that was the microphone arm.
Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy.
Hello, everyone.
Anyway, hi,
Welcome
everyone.
back to the Gay and the Grossed Out
Episode 2.
with Ryan.
Ryan and Cassidy.
There you go. I was pointing to him
Oh,
too. It was
we
all.
pointed
It
at
was
each
very
other.
cute.
I was confused. I thought you just said the wrong name on accident. And I was like, that's my name.
No, I think I'm just gonna go by Ryan from now on, and
Okay.
you can go by Cassidy.
That sounds great. I'll steal your identity.
Yeah. Do you want to go
Yeah.
to? Do you want to go to social work classes?
No, not really.
I'll go to music industry for you.
Great. This is such a fair trade.
Wow.
So fair.
What's not the fair part about it?
That I do no work in my major and you do all the work in your major. It's a lot of work that I'm gonna have to
Do you really
learn.
think I have a lot of work?
More than me?
Well, yeah. You have like 2 assignments tops.
Like a week, yeah. Actually, it's
you're in
more this
French.
semester.
You are in French,
I
and
am
I
in French.
am so surprised by the amount of work you're getting.
Yeah.
I'm not excited to do a foreign language.
Yeah, but honestly, it's hasn't been that bad. I think I just have a good professor, so it hasn't been that bad. Like it is a lot
Yeah.
of work, but because my professor is so nice and like a good professor, it's actually been like not that hard
That's very rare.
to be.
Nowadays.
I know.
Get a good
But-
professor.
Yeah, but anyway, what do you want to talk about? Oh wait, we have plans. Never mind. We had a schedule. I forget that we scheduled this because we usually don't
I want to now.
want to. Okay.
I need to
You
actually
need
now.
to. Okay.
Okay. So I believe that we should start with the Am I the Jerks?
Okay. I have a couple good ones.
Am I the A?
Yeah.
You know.
You know. You know.
If you know, you know. And if
The
you're a
girls who
girl,
get it.
you get it.
Get it. And
Well,
the
I was gonna say the
if you
the
get it,
girls
you
who-
girl, and if you don't get it, you not girl.
you gornt
You girl. You
Gort.
girlant.
girlin.
Anyway. Okay, so
Okay.
I have one. So this is the first one.
Read it to me, Ryan.
Okay. Am I the jerk for telling my wife she should get a nose job?
No,
Ah,
wait.
okay.
Sorry. But like say she has a deviated septum.
Okay. Like it's a medical issue.
Yeah. And you can be like, go get a nose job. That's the only way you're not the jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, like from reading the title, I want to say jerk right away, but like who knows? Let's see what the details are. I, 31 male, love my 30 female wife. We've been married for 3 years, and there's nothing I would change about her, except that she's really insecure about her nose and that she gets aggressive over it when I try to comfort her. For as long as I remember, she has always hated her nose and mentions it every day. And when I would try to comfort her and tell her it's beautiful, she wouldn't have to change anything. She would get aggressive and yell and that I'm a liar. 2 weeks ago, she got a raise at her job, and today she suggested the idea of getting a nose job. I said if she's that insecure about it to the point that it's affecting her mental health, then she should get it done. She got extremely upset over this and said that I should have said no to the idea. She left the house to go to her mother's, and I haven't been able to get in touch with her since. Am I the jerk?
Okay, that's more complex than I was expecting.
Yeah.
It's like when people lead you on to get a compliment.
Yes.
And like it sounds like that she's been doing it for so long that like at
Mhm.
this point, is this her husband or girlfriend?
They're husband and wife. They're married.
Okay. Oh my god. I would die.
Yeah, I mean, I think she asked him like, "Oh, I'm thinking of getting a nose job," wanting him to say no, and then when he didn't, she got mad, and it's like, then why did you ask if you
You-
weren't gonna like the answer?
You can't control what other people are
No.
gonna say.
And if you ask somebody, "Hey, do you think I should get a nose job?" and they say, "I mean, if it's causing harm to your mental health and you're insecure, maybe it's not a bad idea," and then you go, "Well, you should say no. Why'd you say yes? You should have said no." that's inappropriate. And that's like manipulation because
100%.
you cannot ask somebody that and then expect an answer out of them. And then when they give you the answer you don't want, get mad at them for
Wow,
that.
this is a turn I was not expecting.
Yeah, that's the part that I was like kind of like, oh, okay. Like, but when that happened, I was like, oh yeah,
Did
no,
you find this on
definitely-
like the top rated or is this the newest?
It's the newest. This was 8 hours
Wow.
ago.
Oh
This
my
was
God.
posted. Yeah. So earlier today.
That's such a good that's a good example of the am I the jerk?
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know, like
Like you're not.
no. Yeah. If she's asking you then and you're honest. And it's not like he was like, oh yeah, your nose is so ugly,
You're
you freak.
so ugly. I'm gonna vomit
Yeah, no, he
every
was like,
time
hey,
I
if
look
it's
at you.
it's making you insecure and it's
and I love you and I want
I
you to
lo-
be happy with your
Yeah.
body.
then do what you feel like you want to do. And then she gets mad because she's like, you should say no. Why would you tell me to do that?
I
It's like,
also thought it was gonna be like, babe, you snore every night. Get
Oh,
a nose
yeah.
job.
oh yeah.
And that I would, as someone who snores,
I'd be so upset.
it hurts so badly
Yeah.
when someone's like, you kept me up all night snoring.
You're
And
like,
I was like, why didn't you suffocate me then?
right. Or like, sorry that I do something while I sleep that I cannot control. Sorry. My bad.
But like at the end I'm just like whatever. Like I can't control it. My bad.
No, like you can't. So it's just kind of like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And if they had such a problem with it, like, I don't know, go into a different room and go to sleep.
That's actually how me and my friends do sleepovers. I always sleep in a different
Sleep in a
room
different, yeah.
because I'm just like,
Sorry.
bye guys.
Yeah, like, I don't want to keep you guys up. Like, I don't want to be a jerk.
And
so.
we're asleep.
Right.
I'm mature enough to be like, I'll just, you know.
Right. Like, I'll
I'm-
see you in the morning. I don't need to be in the same room with you as
Goodbye.
we sleep. Yeah. Like, we will all wake up and be with each other. So, like,
Exactly.
anyway. But yeah, so
Oh.
my final verdict, not the jerk. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding ding ding.
We're doing a
ding.
gavel motion that you can't see.
I wanted. Maybe I should just like hit something loudly. There you go.
Ooh,
That's
that was probably
that's-
very unpleasant. Sorry to anyone listening with headphones.
It didn't peak the mic though.
True.
So
Okay. On to the next. Am I the jerk for not letting my homeless brother live with me? I'm adopted. My brother and sister are the biological kids. So it's the writer of this is adopted, and then the brother and sister they have are the biological kids of their
I-
adopted parent.
oh, I gotta know.
I've had some issues in my teenage years and wasn't the perfect kid, but brother was a bit wild too. However, since I'm the adopted one, my quote unquote siblings have always given me extra crap for my failings. A few years ago, dad got sick, so I moved home to help him and mom out. I contributed to bills, took care of my dad, took care of the dogs, cooked every day, cleaned, and worked full time myself, and just really tried to be as helpful as possible. I even offered to pay rent, but my mom said no. Cut to me having a car accident, going to pick up dad's meds, and dad and mom buying me a used car so I could keep taking dad to appointments, and as a thank you for all the help. Well, my siblings came to that Christmas, heard about the car, and freaked out. They said I didn't deserve anything and that I was using my mom and dad. My brother cornered me and said as soon as dad died, I had a month to move out and stop leeching off mom or else.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm not done yet, but I do want to kind of stop for a second.
That is
What?
so much to unpack.
This brother is messed up.
I'm sorry. And like at that point, it sounds like that the adoptive like child
Yeah.
is more of a child
Than-
to these parents
Yeah.
than the biological ones.
It's like the writer of this is going out of their way, because I don't think we have a gender, but they're going out of their way to take care of their dying father, who to them, even if they were adopted, to them is their father.
Yeah.
And they are going out of their way and sacrificing so much to take care of their dad that it is so awful
And
of
I'm-
you to be like, you're leeching, you're taking advantage of our
There should
parents.
have never been a question about how much is a child is allowed to love their parents and how they're allowed to love their child, even in adoption circumstances, in foster care.
Yeah.
It is so important that at least this person got a good childhood.
Yeah.
That I just don't. At least,
Anyway, let's continue because I'm not done with this.
oh my god.
Okay. Dad passed away shortly after that Christmas, and I
No.
began planning my move, and my mom was really upset. So this person is going to move out after their dad passed away. She kept pushing me to stay, but in the back of my head, I had my brother's threat and just didn't feel comfortable staying. I ended up getting a place just up the street so I could still help her. Okay, well, at least she's like, they're like close by.
Close,
You know?
yeah.
After I moved, I ended up getting really lucky financially. I was within a year of renting, able to buy a house near mom, and have been doing well for myself. Last year, my mom's sister, who also was recently widowed, came to live with her and brought her 2 grandkids she is the guardian of, so my mom's house is full and she's happy. I help out and watch the kids a lot and still do most of the house maintaining stuff, so I'm over a lot.
That's a huge commitment, too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is, and a full-time job. Oh,
Yeah.
keep going.
On one of my visits, my mom and aunt were discussing what to do because my brother needed to move home since his wife kicked him out. Not surprised. I mean, if he's treating her anyway, he's treating his sister or sibling. Not surprised. Not surprised that his wife kicked him out. Anyway.
Called karma?
Yeah. I offered to get the kids' bunk beds and help move them into one room, and my mom was very grateful. A week later, my brother called asking if he could just live with me since he didn't want to share a house with 2 kids. I have a spare room, but I don't want to live with him. He's treated me like poop for 10 plus years at this point and never has a nice thing to say behind my back, usually from my teenager years when I was struggling. He's vocal about not considering me family. He said he doesn't want me at our mother's funeral or in her will. I don't want anything from her and never ask for anything. She just offers things sometimes. The animosity is palpable. I would offer to take in one of the kids, but they are young and need to be with their caretaker. So I think he just needs to suck it up and stay at my mom's. My mom knows how he is to me and would never ask me to take him in, but my aunt is confused why I wouldn't offer that as it makes sense, and another person in my mom's house will make it cramped. Some friends are saying after all my mom has done for me, I should suck it up and let her son, my brother, stay with me. But I really don't want to. Does that make me a jerk? And then there's some updates, but we'll talk and then we'll see if the updates bring anything.
My mouth is dry from like my jaw being dropped the whole time you were reading that.
Yeah. Like the audacity to be like, I'm going to treat you terribly and I'm going to say horrendous things about you being an adopted child and then ask you if I can live with you. Absolutely not.
No, like you hurt me. You claim that I'm not your family despite literally being a better child than you to your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then being like,
hey, can I move in?
You're not allowed to come to the funeral, but
I'm allowed to live in your house.
Rent free.
Like, no.
You have to cook for me.
Like, no, absolutely not. No, you're delusional if you think that that's at all like fair.
Like,
Yeah.
I
mean, I do think it's unfortunate for their mother that she has like so many extra people living in her home. Like she has like her sister and then like the grandkids. Like that's a lot of people.
Yes.
But like I think you just all need to be like, I don't know, find a hotel, bro. Like figure something out.
Into consideration that like the mother knows this and like would never ask their child to do that. And it's just the fact that like the aunt is an outside force and then the Redditor's friends suggesting that it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
As if like they have not already sacrificed such a huge portion of their life to helping like support their mother as well as their like dying father.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a couple updates from the person who published this. Hey everyone, thank you so much for your input. I was feeling guilty before bed last night and wanted to post this and then kind of forgot to be honest, and now I'm on my lunch break and did not expect so many responses. So maybe we have some lying.
Oh.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
this might turn things actually. Whew.
Go.
I'm going to read through all the comments as soon as I'm home, but thank you all for the advice and judgments. I won't be letting him move in. Unfortunately, a lot of you are saying I should tell my aunt, but I know my mom wouldn't want that. About like the animosity between, because the aunt like has no idea. The animosity between my siblings and me makes her really sad, so I don't want to bring it up, but I will stand ground on him not moving in. Also, for those asking, I was adopted after he was born, when I was 12, after my biological parents, her biological parents just went to prison for some things, but I don't think I can talk about.
Oh my god!
But it's some things. So her biological parents were like really horrible, and that's why she got adopted.
Okay.
And we weren't very close then it just got worse as we got older because as a teenager, I made some mistakes. I threw a party. And they burned down a shed. So I guess this person's gotten in some like legal trouble as well when they were like a teenager. Not
Okay.
prison, but just like legal trouble.
As like a child going through and having literally the most traumatic experience of having both parents incarcerated.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. When they were 12. So they like remembered it. It wasn't like they were like 2 or something.
I'm like, there's like a scale about like, oh, how much childhood trauma do you have? That's like one of them. Like a family member being incarcerated.
Yeah. And so then after they burned down the shed, my parents had to spend a few grand to fix it, and I felt awful. But that's when it started with the siblings hating me and demanding I get nothing more from mom and dad ever again. Our parents were quite well off, but since then, I never asked for anything again. I even hid my school costs from my mom and took out loans, even though she and dad said they had school money for me. And I try not to accept gifts, etc. But to the siblings, I'll always be the loser leech with the bad parents. Oh, they're talking about like substance abuse because that's like what their parents struggled with. But anyway. Also, for what it's worth, my mom will probably just end up paying for him to get an apartment if he keeps pushing back on living with her and aunt and kids, which is another reason why I feel guilty not letting him move in because she is retired now, and with dad gone, I'm not sure if she can afford that comfortability, but I guess that's something he should be guilty about, not me. That's it.
He won't be guilty, though.
No, clearly not from the behavior he's shown thus far. Like, he doesn't care. He just wants someone to take care of him, and he just wants to walk all over. He wants to walk all over everybody and demand things from them, but then offer nothing in return.
And there's a whole nother sibling in this situation.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what, like, that sister, because I think the other one's a sister, what she thinks. It seems like she doesn't really have anything to do. She's off doing her own thing.
Exactly.
Which, honestly, I want to be that person in this situation.
Snaps for you, babe.
Like, I want to be the person who's off, living my own life, doing my own things, not involved in any of this.
I feel like rightfully so that like that sister, like from the sounds of it, like cut that out of her life. Yeah. Oh my God. And what else? I don't even know what else there was.
No. I mean, it was just a lot. It was just some history about the person who wrote this, which like, I mean, that is really awful, and like it sucks that they have to like deal with all of that in their life, and now they have to deal with this on top of me and making it almost seem as though it is their fault that these things happen to them when it's not. It's like they cannot control all these things happening to them, but the brother is being like, you will never be part of this family, and it's like, and I don't know if I want to if I'm going to be treated like this.
I think it's interesting though, seeing this dynamic of like, because like, you know, like you hear the stories of like families adopting, but I've never heard about, like I've never talked about what happens when there's already kids there. Yeah. Like I'm sure that creates a lot of hostility because like there's the idea of like, they picked me. Right. Which I doubt that's a common.
Yeah. But I'm sure the biological kids have like a mentality of like, well, we were actually born from them. We're almost like
we're entitled.
We're more part of this family than you because we're actually blood. Like we're biologically part of this family. You're just like an extra addition. Like it's at least I'm glad for this Redditor in some sense that they were able to have almost like the full family experience, like both parents, they had siblings, like they got like, cause like being an only child, I know I have friends who are only children and they talk about like how they're always like, oh, I wish I had siblings, like, cause that would like have friends from birth, which like it's not actually that glamorous when you actually have siblings.
Nope.
But I can see it from that perspective of like,
you have someone that will be a life,
right?
A life relationship,
right? So like at least this person was able to get that, even though the brother is like a complete jerk and just like awful. It seems like they have a good relationship with the sister, even though they did kind of say there's been a little resentment. But
I'm sure, but I feel like there's that in every like sibling relationship. Though. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
But anyway, so yeah, my final verdict, not the jerk.
Not the jerk.
At all.
Oh, God. That was so heavy. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either.
All.
I cut out. I was like reading ahead. There was some heavier bits that I cut out because I just wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like literally.
Horrible.
Moving on.
Next story. This is our next story. Am I the jerk for not inviting my brother's ex-girlfriend to my wedding?
Interesting.
So it's the writer's wedding. Their brother's ex-girlfriend, so they're no longer together.
Okay, wow.
I'm genuinely struggling with this one. About 5 years ago, I got confused. The writer is 29 female.
Okay.
Her brother is 32 male, and his ex-girlfriend, who is 28 female, broke up after a 3-year relationship. They lived together, and he mentioned on multiple occasions he wanted to marry her. Her and I became very close during their relationship, and I would have considered her one of my best friends. We were really close and developed a genuine connection. So close that I told her if I ever got engaged, I wanted her to be a bridesmaid in my wedding. However, she ended up breaking up with him to move to another state for a career change, and he was absolutely devastated. We kept in contact, and I went to visit her a couple of times in her new state with my brother's permission, but we, of course, slowly started speaking less and less over the last 5 years. Fast forward to today, my brother is married to another woman, and him and his wife have a 1-year-old. He's very happy, and him and his wife are doing great. I got engaged to my boyfriend, and the wedding is in 8 months. Well, long story short, my brother's ex and I were randomly catching up one day, and I told her I got engaged. She said she was excited and couldn't wait to be in the wedding. I told her that I hoped she would understand that I don't find it appropriate for her to go now that my brother is married with a child. I told her it would be disrespectful to his wife and would make for an uncomfortable situation for him and her. Not to mention that I want my wedding day to be drama-free and about my fiance and I. She blew up on me and essentially told me I was a bad person. She couldn't believe I wasn't allowing her to be there for one of her best friend's most important days. She accused me of dwindling her down to just my brother's ex and not a human being who's been there for me over the last 5 years. No matter how much I tried to explain my reasoning, she wasn't hearing it. The last thing she said to me is that she's going to the wedding or our friendship is over. I told her I wasn't changing my mind. Am I the jerk for putting my brother and his wife's comfort before our friendship? And there's a couple edits, so we can talk and then I'll read the edits.
Wow.
I want to say, so just before I even read the edits, because maybe those will change my opinion, I kind of think this person is the jerk a little bit.
Really?
Because to the ex-girlfriend, like, she even said it, like, she doesn't think of herself as just an ex-girlfriend. Like, she thinks of herself as the bride's friend. And she's like, I am, like, kind of insulted that you, like, first of all, that you think there's going to be drama. Like, I would like to think if you're friends with this person, you would think they wouldn't cause drama during this wedding, that they can just be there as your friend and not, like, try to steal your brother back from his wife. Like, I think that's jumping to conclusions a little bit and maybe seeing the worst in somebody that, like, might not actually happen. Like, it could very well be that this ex-girlfriend could come to the wedding, have a good time, be supportive, and not be trying, like, have some ulterior motive. And you know what I mean?
I think it also, like, it truthfully depends because, like, a relationship dwindling over, like, a long distance, that's different than, like, literally, like, stop being friends with a person.
Like a cheating or, like, some, like, scandal. Like, it's just like you're still that person's friend. I wouldn't say be in the wedding knowing that it dwindled, but being invited. Yeah, being a guest at least.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And, like, especially if the husband or not the husband, the brother moved on. Mm-hmm. Like, he's married now. He has a kid.
Yeah, he's probably, like, fine. He's like, I mean, yeah, we were together once, but, like, that's in the past.
And it sounds like it was definitely a messy breakup, but, like, not like a I hate you. It's in a I need to move and I need to do this to advance my career. Yeah. But, like, something just, like, didn't mesh.
Yeah. It was just, like, kind of wrong timing. It was just like, maybe if it was a different time, then sure. But, like, I don't know. Let's see what the edits have to say, and maybe this will.
Yes.
Okay. Should mention, I did talk to my brother and his wife about it first. Oh, yeah, they never. Okay. And they said to do what I wanted to do. Oh. But they would probably ignore her. So I made the decision I thought was best, and the decision I would have wanted if I were in my brother's wife's shoes. Also, should mention, we are having a fairly small wedding where it would be hard to avoid each other. I mean, they said, like, oh, we'll just ignore her if she's there. Like, they really didn't seem to care.
They didn't care at all.
So, like, then I don't see a reason why you can't invite her. Like, I think this person is kind of, like, being a bit of, like, a doomsday prepper. Like, they're kind of like, I don't want them there just in case there's drama. But, like, I mean, you're not going to know if there's drama until there's drama. Like, you're kind of preparing for something that's not guaranteed to happen.
And, like, if it was that much of an issue, then, you know, the wife of the brother would have been, like, more than understanding and, like, explain that to her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how she's coming to these assumptions about what her brother's wife would want.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would never do that in a situation where I'm like 2 steps removed from a person. I do not know them like probably like well enough. Like I mean maybe they're close, but like I still there's no mention of a friendship before that.
No.
So it's like assuming that this like random person, not random, but like an acquaintance would want something that they said otherwise.
Right. It's like, I don't know, like, and I'm not saying lie, but like who says that you have to even tell the wife this is an ex-girlfriend? Like you could very much be like, because they like the writer even said that they consider this person more of a friend. So you can even say like, my friend, like one of my close friends. Like there doesn't even need to be a discussion of like any past history with like the brother dating this person. Like you literally can just say, oh, this is an old friend of mine, and that's why they're invited to this wedding, and just leave it at that. Like there doesn't need to be this whole thing of like, well, my brother dated her and maybe there's still lingering feelings because she had to move. Like you don't have to do all that like dramatics because like it's not relevant anymore. Like the brother has moved on. He's with somebody else. They have a kid, and that's that. Like I don't know. It's very. I do feel bad almost for the ex-girlfriend because she even said like, you're just like watering me down to just your brother's ex and not like your friend. And that would hurt my feelings personally. Like
100%.
Especially if she considers the bride a friend. Like, yeah, that would hurt a lot.
it would, and I just...
Yeah, so I'm going to say this person is the jerk.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like thinking through it at first. I was saying on the opposite side that like they weren't, because it's like there were so many factors where it's like, you know, like you don't know how so-and-so's going to react. And like, I think my big problem was that I think the friend was still expecting to be in the wedding party.
Yeah. But I mean, if they consider them close friends, and if the writer of this said, like, one day when I get married, you're going to be in my wedding, you kind of just still assume that until you're told otherwise. Like, she kind of lived this whole time being like, oh, we're very close friends. Like, we're great. Our relationship's great. And then to be told, actually, you're not invited is kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I thought we were good. Like, yeah, I do get it. And at the end of the day, even though I think that this writer might be in the wrong, it is her wedding, and she can invite whoever she wants to invite. And if she doesn't want to invite this person, then that's her decision. Like, it's her wedding. Like, I can't tell her, like, you need to invite her, even if you don't want. Like, it's your wedding. Invite who you want.
You can ruin your relationships all you want, bestie.
Right.
Like, have fun.
If you really don't want this person there, then you don't have to invite them. And if you're okay with that, then cool. Like,
I do think it's weird how they're prioritizing their brother's, like her brother's comfort over her friendship. Right. That's a weird angle that I'm not. But I mean,
maybe she's thinking like, if I had to choose over my brother and this person, I would choose my brother, which, like, fair. Like, if that's the relationship that you feel much stronger about and you'd rather have, then, because maybe she's thinking, if she comes, could it ruin my relationship with my brother? And would I care about that more than my relationship with this ex-girlfriend?
I see.
You know?
Yes.
So, and then if that's the case, then then make that decision if that's like what you feel is the better decision. But from what it sounds like, the brother doesn't care either way.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, if she's there, she's there. If she's not, she's not. And that's just how it is. So, like, I don't know. Maybe this person is kind of making a mountain out of a molehill, but hey, it's their wedding. So
make as many mountains as you want,
And
babe.
as we've read from a lot of these Reddit stories, people do wild things at other people's weddings.
Oh my God.
So maybe she's read some of these stories and is like, I don't want someone acting a fool at my wedding.
A frequent Redditor.
Right.
I would invite no one to my wedding if I read Reddit every day.
Oh yeah, no. I'd be like, the only people that are going to be there is the person I'm marrying and the priest. That's it.
Not even
no
the priest.
One else. Not even him. We're marrying ourselves.
I'll Zoom call and then hang up right after.
Like, that's it, because I cannot trust anybody. You never know how people are going to react once weddings come around.
Oh my God, that was a half hour that we just talked about.
We read a lot. There was
I really didn't. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Maybe next week we'll only do 2 if we have other things we want to talk about.
I kind of like it though. I think it's a good it's a good talking point, because we're talking about like, I guess, like morals. Oh my God, are we philosophers?
No. We should preface that, like, just because we think something...
I am not an expert on anything.
Yeah, and, like, we are not relationship experts at all.
I'm swinging my legs like a baby right now. I know nothing.
Yeah, we are not at all experts. We are just giving our 2 cents on random people on the internet asking for opinions, and we're just giving it. So don't take it too deep.
I would never post an Am I the Jerk?
No.
Never.
No. I would be too scared to get roasted. Like, I would be
Exactly.
scared of being in the wrong and not realizing it and then posting it and having everyone in the comments be like, you're an idiot. And I would be like, oh.
You're stupid and you're obviously in the wrong, and you are going to HE double hockey stick.
Yeah. And then I would be like, oh, time to delete this and then never go on the internet ever again.
Yay!
Yeah, no. Anyway, what are you doing? Okay, so that's that. That's the Am I the Jerk? If you have opinions, let's say this. If you have thoughts on that, tell us.
Or
DM us.
if you really, really want, you can send, like, maybe if you really want, you can send us
Your advice.
or
Oh.
Am I the Jerk situation if
Oh, yeah.
if you are so inclined.
Yeah, if you have a problem and you want two random idiots to help you.
Oh no, is this
Oh.
this is
Oh.
every other show ever.
True.
An advice
An
radio
advice one. Yeah. We're
Oh
just
my God.
hopping on the bandwagon.
I mean,
DM us on Instagram at gay and grossed out.
promo.
Promo.
Oh my God, we
Plug our
also
Instagram.
I edited the episode from last week. I uploaded it. I am a tech queen.
Tech
Oh my
girly.
God, I got it. Oh my
we
God.
love girls in STEM.
Oh my God, I should get a whole setup, a whole gamer setup.
Yes.
You can catch me streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, every Thursdays and Fridays at boo 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 boo. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna start every other show like that from now on. So
Ugh.
sorry, Ryan.
Ugh.
I will forget by the end of this episode.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Anyway,
We wanted to talk about some recent video gaming news.
video games.
So you know how did we? I feel like we definitely did talk about Pokemon last semester,
we did. I don't know in what context,
but I know we talked
but
about.
we
it. I
yeah,
remember.
I don't remember what we said,
So-
but we definitely talked.
Let me give you this little backstory. Let me look up some release dates really fast. So, Pokemon.
Google, my best friend. I use her to find things that I want to know. That was a really bad song. None of that rhymed. I tried to
Be
make it rhyme.
who you are.
I heard to make it rhyme. I tried to be like, oh, Google, my best friend. We're together till the end. I love you because you're a search engine. But please don't take over the planet and kill everyone.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thank you for stalling while I Googled that.
You're welcome.
So, we have the last year was a very eventful year for Pokemon.
True.
And Game Freak released quite a few bits. So, last year I would say, like, in traditional Pokemon fashion, they did a remake of Diamond and Pearl, Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. Yes. And, you know, it was pretty good. People were pretty upset about the art style, but, like, obviously it sold well. It's a remake. Yeah, it's a remake of, like, a lot of people's favorite game. And so, yeah. And then I think, like, to accompany it, it was also the 25th anniversary. So, like, that was there. And then Pokemon Legends Arceus came out, I should say. Came up.
Came up as a topic. Everyone was like, oh, that would be kind of cool. And then that was it.
Legends Arceus. Oh, I should have clicked the release date option.
Oh, haha. It should tell you on Google.
Release date.
Oh.
I'm just going to Google it just in case.
Okay.
This one came out. Oh, I guess this one came out this year. Oh, my God. January 28th, 2022.
It was like a month in between, I think. It was like one came out and like a month later the other came out or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And then Pokemon Snap came out and, you know, all of, like, there was a lot of Pokemon this year.
Yeah. Spin-offs mostly.
Yeah.
They were like all spin-offs, yeah.
I know, but like I still feel as though
Yeah,
the Pokemon
no.
the market was saturated with Pokemon.
For sure.
And even like I watched this like 5-minute gaming stuff and the person who did it was just like, that's it. Like we're done talking about Pokemon for a while. Blah blah blah.
Nope.
Surprise!
Well, the Pokemon company said, haha, except
lol, but like look.
they said you will be after this, after we announce this new thing. Then you will be.
Yeah.
After that. But sure.
So they had a Pokemon Direct
Yesterday.
Wait.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
Oh my
Yeah, it
God.
was yesterday morning.
It feels like forever ago.
No, literally. But no, it was yesterday morning.
So, and they announced Generation 9 of
Mm.
Pokemon.
Yup. Which, if you don't know, Pokemon releases in generations. So every generation is like a new series of Pokemon. You get like a new mainline game and they introduce a new region and it like just opens up the Pokemon world. Like, yeah.
And it expands a new and it looks at a new area of the world that Pokemon inhabits. And
Correct.
do they release the name of the region? No, just the starters.
No, I don't think they released the name of the region, just the name of the games and the names of the starters.
Well, there is now going to be a Pokemon Scarlet and a Pokemon Violet.
So red and purple.
Which one are you gonna get?
Violet.
I
love
want
purple.
Violet too.
Well, now we just have to find someone who can get Scarlet. So then
It's the same thing that's happening with the remakes.
I
I got Shining Pearl. Ryan's gonna get Shining Pearl.
Yeah, but luckily Joey has Brilliant Diamond, so we at least know one person who has that. So, but yeah, we're gonna have to find someone. Or honestly, I would get. It really depends on what the legendaries look like.
100%.
It depends on what the two legendaries are gonna look like, because then it's really gonna influence which one I get. But I'm leaning towards Violet.
Like XY, you could never see me caught with Y.
No.
I'm an X baddie.
Xerneas, sick.
So pretty.
I love Xerneas. But yeah, so this is the first like mainline generation game since Sword and Shield, which was released 3 years ago.
And was noted as a flop.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, really?
I played Sword, and I liked it. I mean, it's not my favorite Pokemon game by like any means, but I still enjoyed it. I still had fun.
But I think a lot of people were just very mad at how hand-holdy it is.
Oh yeah.
Like I watched a playthrough because I did not personally play this game, so this is just assumptions from what I've seen. And the character would like enter a city. You'd have a NPC being like, "Yo, like, what's up?" Or they had like weird British slang, and
because each region in Pokemon is based off like a real life area. Like that's where they like use a lot of inspiration for like the architecture and the mythology and
base the Pokemon off of it.
Yeah. So this one was British themed. They were all in London, babes. I'm a London girl going to Essex.
So yeah, and then like they would go to that place like that was like 2 buildings away from where they entered, and then there would be another cutscene to be like, "This is the building. Come on inside." And then, you know, the little non-playable character will go inside, and then you go inside, and then it's another it's a loading screen, and then it's a cutscene, and then it's we're going on a train, choo-choo. Like
it was like that, but I mean, I feel like at its core, it was still like a Pokemon game. Like I still felt comfortable. Like, oh, this is a Pokemon game, and the story like wasn't my favorite. The characters aren't really my fave. But like,
I'm Leon, the champion, and I have a Charizard.
Yeah, I mean, but overall, I mean, it's a Pokemon game.
Yes,
and it was the first one we had on Switch, so I guess I had a little bit of like, not leniency, but like I was a little bit able to be like, you know, it's the first game on the Switch. It's the first time they're making a mainline Pokemon game on the Switch, so I'll give it some forgiveness, and hopefully in the next release, it'll be a bit more fleshed out.
A lot of people were also mad at the graphics.
Oh yeah,
solely because there was Breath of the Wild that came out, which looked a million times better. Like in essence, it was very similar. There was like big grassy open fields. Because everything has to be open world now. Yeah. Oh my God, who said that?
Hey, what? Oh my gosh, what? We definitely don't think that here. What? No, we love open world.
But
yeah,
I forgot what I was saying.
Sword and Shield. It's lukewarm reception. We'll say that.
Yes.
Very, very. So anyway, the new games.
It took us so long to get here.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. We have the new starters. And now this is where a lot of conversation is coming about these new games.
Because it's like one of the biggest reveals, I would say.
And it's like the only thing we know about this game. That's like concrete.
Yes.
A lot of other things are like theories and like...
Which like definitely are like true, I would say.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I guess isn't confirmed, but like a thing we definitely kind of know through the trailers and things is that this region is going to be based on like Spanish culture and like... a lot of that kind of stuff, because all of the names of the starters, parts of their names come from Spanish words.
Which leads us right into, let's start with Fuecoco.
Fuecoco, yeah. So the fire star. So if you don't know Pokemon, because I'm sure we have people who don't, each region when you start the game as a new trainer, your first Pokemon is a pick between 3 Pokemon, and they are a grass type Pokemon, a fire type Pokemon, and a water type Pokemon. So all we have for this new gen is what the 3 grass, fire, and water starters are for this new generation. So we're going to talk about them. Yeah. And so Fuecoco.
Oh.
I was like,
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say something, so I was like, oh, okay, say it. No,
Like,
okay.
no,
Anyway.
you are explaining to me.
Yes. So Fuecoco is the fire starter, and he's this
really
little.
cute.
He's really cute. He's this little like alligator, like lizard.
If you
thing.
truthfully, if you grab a cellular device
Mhm.
and you open up Google and you type in Pokemon Gen 9 starters,
You will see these.
you will. And I
Yes.
promise it's very easy.
Yes, it is so easy. Anybody who has a phone, you could do it. I
Use your
promise.
yes.
Okay, so Fuecoco, all we know is that he is fire type.
Unless you're driving.
Oh yeah, don't.
I just remembered Joey.
I mean, I hope that if they're driving, they know not to do that. Like, I hope they would know that like that's not a good idea.
Okay. Like
I would hope.
Fingers crossed.
Finger crossed that if you're driving, you didn't just pick up your phone. Okay, so what we have from Fuecoco is a little about section of him.
Oh my god.
The laid-back fire croc Pokemon that does things at its own pace. So that's like the little
Aw.
excerpt we have of Fuecoco.
Oh
So he's officially the fire croc Pokemon. Because each Pokemon has like a title of what it is.
like kind of just like a
Yeah,
description.
and he is the fire croc Pokemon.
The one and only.
The fire crocodile. He's a fire type. That's kind of it, to be honest. Yeah, we have some height and weight stuff, but I don't care about any of that
I
stuff.
don't care at all.
No.
Except in Pokemon Arceus, they like put Pokemon in comparison to you in the world, and some of these Pokemon are really big and really scary that are
Yeah.
not expressed in the games enough.
No. Because everything is very much kind of one size in a lot of
Yes.
the mainline games. It's all just kind of like, you can guess. Some of them you are like, yeah, that's obviously going to be like a pretty big creature. But like for the most part, you don't really think about I personally don't really think about how big Pokemon actually are, like in
Yeah.
comparison. But anyway.
But so there's a few things that I've heard that people have theorized about his design.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, people are saying that it looks like an apple, which like
Yeah, I see an apple.
I guess
But from the name, I mean,
Fue
from like fuego.
is like fire.
It's like pepper.
Oh,
So I think he's more so, not an apple, but like a
a
pepper.
pepper. That's what I think too.
Mhm.
And I heard that people are also saying that there's a possible. I think you literally told me this, so I
Probably.
I heard from a third source,
I know many things.
but that the yellow is possibly a hint towards an electric type,
Yeah.
which say Fuecoco becomes a pepper,
Mm-hmm.
like or possibly a chef, a culinary.
Ooh,
I
could
think
see
that could be cool, or just like a big salad bowl, like maybe a salsa.
Salsa. He's like a liquid with like
It's just- it
a
liter-
gator face.
It literally just becomes a bowl of salsa. No, but I could see that for sure
Mhm.
coming from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see what they do with it. It's hard to tell based on coloring because it literally could be anything.
It totally does look like that it might turn into a firefighting
Oh.
like I know, but like it's so close. Like
I just don't. I'm so sick of firefighting types. Like we've had so many, specifically in starters too, like Infernape and Blaziken, and Incineroar's Fire Dark.
oh really?
Yeah, he's a Fire Dark type, which is super.
I
weird.
really thought it was fire.
He's literally a wrestler.
Firefighting. Yeah.
So you would think fire. No, he's a Fire Dark type, which is so weird. But the what is oh my gosh, Score Bunny. What is his final Cinderace firefighting?
I can't believe you know this.
I know so much.
I
about Pokemon.
solely know the like first evolution
I
of the Pokemon
have
starters.
been a Pokemon stan since I was like 9 years old.
Oh my
So
God.
this is literal knowledge that I have been able to learn and then retain.
Can you do a
My
long,
whole life.
Can you do a long division problem for me right now?
No. Nope. But I could tell you the entire history of a single season of Big Brother.
Nice.
So
Nice.
if you want to know that, like, I'm your man.
The whole poker rap.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
could
I'm
you
not
know?
that. No, I
No.
can't do that. But I could name. Like, if you showed me a Pokemon, I could tell you who it is. Like, I could tell you
Yeah.
the name. I could be like, that's this Pokemon, and I could probably tell you its type.
Oh my
That's
God.
like it in terms of my knowledge. But I could.
That's still very impressive. Could you do
Thanks.
it with all the gens? Some would be better than others. I
the more
presume.
like the Sword and Shield and like Sun and Moon is where I start to get rusty. But
Yes.
I'm pretty confident from Gen 1 all the way up to like X and Y.
That's very impressive.
like I'm very confident. Cause like that was like my golden age when I was into Pokemon. Like that was the stuff that was
Yeah.
happening while I was like very much into Pokemon. But anyway, enough about that. So one of our other starters, do you want to do grass or water?
Let's do water.
Water.
Because I literally am just gonna like cry over the grass. It's so cute.
Okay. So
I do like him though.
the water starter is named Quaxley,
I
and
want to read his description.
it's a little duck.
The earnest and tidy duckling Pokemon.
Yeah. So it doesn't give us much to work on, to be honest, in terms of like potential.
No, but like he's got a massive toupee on, and I kind of love it.
No, he's a little man.
He's
just a little man.
He needs a tie.
He
That's what he needs.
A bow tie, a little blue bow tie.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my
People are
god.
saying he looks like Donald Duck,
I
so the
know.
tie makes sense because Donald Duck literally wears
A
tie.
red tie, and he would be Donald Duck, I think.
Yeah, I mean the earnest and tidy. I mean, he's just a little dapper man, and I love that about him.
I wonder, like, because I'm thinking there has to be like a type that is like uptight kind of deal, like the characters of that,
Yeah.
like, because like rock types are always like rock and ground are like buff,
Yeah.
big, and like what's like an elegant, like a
Maybe normal.
what about like no, not fairy.
I mean, maybe fairy. Maybe I
Could
know
you imagine a normal type starter?
like water normal.
I would literally die.
I think it could be interesting, but you'd have to like do it right.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't prefer it. I think the normal type, honestly, in my opinion, I think they should just get rid of the normal type completely.
I don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
I never want to use the Pokemon in the normal type.
And I feel like a lot of the pure normal type Pokemon that are just normal could just be made different other types. Like you could just find a way to
100%.
fit it into a different type.
Just like do one that like encompasses like a lot of the dogs are normal type, I want to say. Like just do like a classification.
Yeah. Or just make like a new type that's like more
Or
interesting.
just rename normal
Yeah.
to something else.
I don't know, but I get it's been one of the few types that's been there since Gen 1, and so I understand like it's an OG and they already made a lot of normal types fairy when they introduced the fairy type. They like
Yeah.
changed a lot to be fairy. So like I don't know. Honestly, it's one of those things like if they do it, cool. If they don't, I'll live with it.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know about Quaxley. It's hard because his design is very simple.
I've heard people think that because so on his little toupee he has, I would say just it looks like just like a shine of like in like a little like mustache shape, I would say, like a if you would picture like a drawn on mustache, it's just like two bumps.
Kind of like an upside, like a W, but like the arches aren't very big.
Yeah.
They're like very, very shallow arches of like a W.
And people say, I feel like, and also with the hat, that they're thinking like a matador look.
Which would fit with like the Spanish
Yeah.
influence.
Yeah. But I don't think so. Out of the three of them, he might be like the most humanoid. Fingers crossed. I know we'll talk about the grass type in a moment, but I feel like I could see him like growing up to be just like a businessman.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a Raymond type character from Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I'll be interested. I definitely think he'll be kind of like the like kind of like snooty starter.
Yeah,
you know,
there's always, I don't know. I think since like Snivy, that one grass type, I always definitely believe that there is like a one who doesn't care and doesn't mind not being picked.
There kind of are like personalities to the starters that they fall into, and I feel like this gen does it where like Quaxley is very much the like snotty kind of like proper one. Fuego is kind of like the comedy like one, and then the grass one that we'll get to is like the elegant like cute one.
Yeah,
and I feel like those personalities are kind of always translated like in the first gen with like Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's like the funny one.
Yeah.
Charmander is like the kind of like snooty. No, Squirtle's more like the snooty one, and Charmander's like the cute one.
Yeah.
And I feel like every generation kind of has that. So
I agree.
it's kind of weird. I didn't really realize that till right now, actually. Like now that we're talking about it.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to like have a base for when you start creating the characters. It's like, okay, so we at least have like a frame to go off of, and then they can kind of like make the Pokemon what they are. Because I'm sure it's hard to make Pokemon. Like,
100%.
Like,
And just the amount of like hate that Game Freak gets every single time a gen comes out.
Absolutely.
Ooh, this one is trash.
This one's ugly. The design sucks.
Meanwhile, in the first game, there was a pile of goo.
There's eggs.
Eggs.
Literally, one of the original
a cracked egg
is literally a group of eggs.
One's just a dragon.
That's not a dragon type. Fun fact. Charizard, not even a dragon type.
He becomes dragon in his mega evolution.
Yeah,
I think.
but in
regular,
Charizard,
not a dragon.
Fire flying is his typing.
I'm surprised they didn't change that when they introduced dragon type. Anyways.
Yeah. That's a different conversation.
No, oh my god.
But so the grass type, this is Cassidy's fave. And a lot of people's fave. I feel like the internet is obsessed with this grass.
I have always felt just an affinity to grass type Pokemon. I just love them so much. Except I used to really like fire type, but like now I've come to terms that I'm like, I love Leafeon, the grass evolution. I love Rowlet and the evolutions of that. I was so happy when Rowlet was a starter in Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah, and Sun and Moon, his intro.
Yes. Oh my god. Immediately picked.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with grass.
I feel like I don't really have one that I really, it just depends. Like, it really just depends on the three. Like, my favorite starters are like kind of all over they're all the different types. Like, it really just depends on the design and like which one's personality. I'm like, oh, I
found a picture that has like all of the starters and like people have been like marking it. We should do it and then post it on our story.
That would be fun.
Yeah, and then everyone knows and we can create a little highlight.
That would be fun. Okay.
Oh,
the grass starter. We have Sprigatito.
Sprigatito.
He's a little grass cat with pink eyes and like a little leaf marking on its face that like matches the leaf marking on its chest. He's like a light green with some dark green accents.
Oh, and just like
really cute.
The cutest little guy.
Yeah, no, so cute.
The
capricious.
What does that mean?
Let me Google. I definitely learned this in AP
Attention-seeking grass cat Pokemon.
So he's the grass cat. Capricious. Everything in when I was Googling it, everything was like Capricorn. I was like, that's not. Oh, given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood or behavior.
So
a bit moody, a bit moody, a bit brat, like
Oh my god, that's so cute. That is also how I would describe cats.
Kind of like Jigglypuff energy.
Yes.
Like I feel like Sprigatito will have a similar personality to like Jigglypuff, where it's like if you don't pay enough attention to it and pet it enough, it gets mad.
Sprigatito. I love the name.
It's so good.
They both I think the Sprigatito and for Coco, I think it's interesting how it's kind of just like they're not similar, but like, do you know what I mean? They're apples and oranges. You can't compare them, but you can the name wise. But then Quaxley is like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like,
what about me?
This feels like oh, this is, Sprigatito and for Coco. Those are from Spain.
Yeah.
Quaxley?
Yeah. Well,
he is English.
Well, from what I learned from like a TikTok that I saw is that the name Quaxley, the way it's spelled Qaxly, not like CK. In like Spanish, quack is like QAAX. Like that's how they spell it. Oh. So that's why his name has an X instead, because that's like the Spanish word for quack.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a little lazy naming wise.
I mean, yeah. But
Duckly, Quackly.
Fue Coco isn't super like original, like super like inventive. It's clever. I think they're clever. And that's really what Pokemon names are. Is they're either obvious, clever, or make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
So at least these are like somewhat into the like clever, like oh ha 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 like category.
But I agree. I don't know if you said it on air, but you said that it depends what the final evolutions look like.
That's going to determine which one I pick when I play the game. Because, like, I honestly, there's things I like about all three, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, like, it's really going to come down to what the rest of, like, their other two, because they get two more evolutions. So, like.
Unpopular opinion, I hate the middle evolution in every single Pokemon.
I feel like some of them aren't bad. Like, I like the little transition. Because I feel like sometimes if it goes from little tiny cute thing to big strong thing without, like, a middle, it's kind of like.
You're right. But I think about Rowlet's second evolution.
Dart Tricks.
Yeah, he's just like a little, like he's a guy, but he like has like his hair is like one huge comb over, and like,
It's like a little bang.
I like he's kind of gonna sell something to me. Like, it's not the Rowlet I chose.
Yeah, but I mean,
And then he becomes a big muscular archer,
he's not really muscular.
a scrawny archer,
He's kind of lean.
lean, mean fighting machine.
That's the best way to describe Decidueye, in my opinion, is lean.
I think
fighting
he's
machine.
a fighting type
He's
too in
Ghost.
the new.
No, he's
Oh, and
his new evolution.
I think so.
Probably. I know his original was Ghost, Grass Ghost, because I thought that was so cool and like unexpected. I was like, oh, Ghost.
I love the combination of ghosts to Pokemon when they did Alolan Marowak and they made him a fire ghost.
So good.
I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I had in that game, I had like 2-3 ghost types just because I wanted Marowak. I had Decidueye. Mine's name is Kiwi.
Ghost types are my favorite type of like all the Pokemon types. Ghost types are just sick. Like they're all so cool. And I
like
love Ghost
Gengar
types.
is like people's by far their favorite Pokemon.
He's just a big purple guy. Like he's just a big purple boy, and he looks like he gives good hugs. And I love Gengar so much. He's one of my faves. I like Miss Magia. She's like a little witch ghost. She's cool. There's just so many good
I don't know
ones.
how to spell Decidueye.
Decidueye, I think is how you spell it.
Wow.
I told you.
I literally can't believe this.
Oh my gosh, you should do a thing. You should. It's not gonna work because we don't have video.
I
But I was
know.
gonna say you should just show me Pokemon and I can just tell you what their
Yeah.
names are
Decidueye becomes a grass fighting type.
in the new game.
Yes. Because it's a different
Form,
a different form.
Interesting.
I'm really liking Pokemon Arceus a lot.
I need to play it like really bad.
Every time I'm like, Ryan, you
Yeah.
should buy it. Ryan, you should buy it.
It's just so much money.
But I would say this game, I feel like, is worth the $60 that you pay for a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
And it's rare that I say that about a Pokemon game. Because I did, in fact, buy the remake. And that's another $60. Or like a $50 maybe. But like, that's so much money for a game that has been made a million times.
Yeah, truly. It's hard. But
It's
good.
9 o'clock.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dang. We talked a lot today.
Oh my God. That's really fun.
fun.
Yeah, we had a whole nother thing planned. I really thought we would need more to talk about.
I mean, we can move the next thing to next week.
You'll never know.
If you want to know what we were gonna talk about, you have to tune in next week to find out.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Let's see. Okay, so you can follow us on Instagram at Gay and Grossed Out. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Gay and Grossed Out.
Correct.
Right now we have our first episode up, and hopefully this one will be up tomorrow. Edited by yours truly.
Yeah.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Cassidy Heinen. And I also make and sell earrings at space.ace.shop. And Ryan?
At Ryan X Libra. That's kind of it. I don't really have anything else. I don't do other things. So if you want to find out what I'm doing.
No, Ryan does this amazing album review every week, every couple of days. What
3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
So 3 albums a week, which is a lot. It's a lot of music, but it's fun. I've liked it because I've been able to listen to I've been able to get into my backlog of albums that I was like, oh, I should listen to this one day and just haven't gotten around to. It like forces me now to listen to them and also discover new things because Spotify can recommend me stuff that I've never heard of, and I can be like, ooh, this looks interesting, and listen to it and be like, wow, I actually really like it, and it becomes one of my new favorite things. So, yeah, 3 days a week. I was on a hiatus for a little bit because Instagram loves to just be not working, and it was messing up my stories, and they were formatting very ugly, and so I took a break until they fixed it. And they fixed it, so now it works.
That dang Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, so hate that, but it's fixed now, so now I can post them again, and I've been posting, and I posted a new one today, and it's great. So, woo.
So yes, go make sure follow all of us.
All of us. All 2 of us. All 2 of us on Instagram.
But, DM us with your possible Am I the Jerks, or if you found one that's your favorite on Reddit, make sure to, DM us about it.
Or anything.
Literally DM us anything. Please, dear God, DM us anything. We are desperate. We are begging on our knees.
Please.
Interact with us in any kind of way.
Literally.
Thank you, everyone, again.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back here next week, same time, same place.
I've been Cassidy.
And I'm Ryan.
Goodbye, everyone.